Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm gonna show you the After Effects, and this tutorial is gonna be the intro to After Effects. So when you open the After Effects, it's the window you face the first time when you open the After Effects. So this is the composition window. When you have a composition open, you see your video here. So this is the project window. Everything you import to After Effects will appear here, and this is the timeline. So you're gonna see the layers, you're gonna see the files, everything you work on it is gonna appear here. From here you can find your presets and effects. You just search here and it gets open. For instance, if you want to use curves, here is it. You just drag and drop it to your layer. So let's create our first composition. We always use for the new something. When we want to create something new, we always go here, file and new, but it's not like this in After Effects. You need to create the composition. So you go to the composition menu and press new composition, or you press Ctrl and N. And this is the window comes when you press the new composition. So it's basically the dialog box asking you what kind of composition you want to create. First you need to create a name for your composition. It's better to give a name to your composition, because when you work on some big projects, the things can get really messy, and without proper names you can't find what is where. So it's always good idea to give proper names to your layers, to your project and to your compositions. So keep this in mind when you work in After Effects. So we're gonna name this tutorial 1, and you can use the ready presets, or you can type the numbers yourself. So this is basically the width in pixels, and this is the height in pixels. It's basically the HDTV, and you can lock the aspect ratio when you change it up and down. For instance, if you change the height, the width changes with it. So let's make it HD. Let's change it to 1080, and the width is automatically changed to 1920. So this is the frame rate. So you can change it to 25, or you can change it to 30. And this is the resolution. For instance, if you have 4K files, or you have HD files which is hard for your computer to work on it, you can change the resolution. And for instance, if you choose the quarter, it will show you 1 pixel out of 4. So it really optimizes your workflow. But now we can use it to the full, so that we can see it easily and we don't have any hard files here. Okay, and this is the duration of your composition. For instance, if you want to create a video which is 30 seconds long, so you just, this is hour, this is seconds, and this is frames basically. So if you have 30 frames, you can change it up to 30, and if you type 35 here, it's not gonna work because we have maximum frame rate of 30. So we just press 0, and let's make it, for instance, 40 seconds and 0 minutes. So let's press OK, and now we have our composition, and as you see, our timeline is now active. We can import an image, or we can import a video from our computer, or we can create something inside of the After Effects. And for this, we're gonna go to the layer, new, and these are things we can create here. For instance, we can create text, or we can create solid. Let's create a solid. Okay, and it looks like the previous window, but it's not the same. It asks us what's gonna be the name for the newly created solid. So we just type the name like color, and this is the resolution of our composition. So let it stay the same, because if we decrease the size, it won't cover all composition. So let me show you what happens if we decrease it. So let's check this button and let's decrease it. Okay, and let's give the color. For instance, let's like something like this. Press OK, and as you see, our solid is smaller than our composition because we decreased the numbers. And we can fix it easily by selecting our newly created layer and go to the layer, solid settings, or you can use a shortcut, Control Shift and Y, and you can type the numbers, or you can just press make composition size, and it gets as big as our composition. Okay, so press OK, and now we got what we need. Now let's add text effects. Let's write something. And hello, this is our first After Effects tutorial. Okay, we can change the color of this text from here in the character window. If you don't see the character panel here, you can always activate this character by going to the you can go to the Windows, and if you don't see, it's probably because you didn't check this. So you go to the window and check this character, and right now we have it here. So you can change the font here, something that you like. We have all the fonts which we installed to our system, and we can change the color, we can change the size, we can change this parameter of this text, the line, and as you see, we can increase this parameter. So practice yourself and see what results you can achieve. And this is basically, this button makes every letter uppercase. For instance, to change the text, you can either press this button and click on this text, or you can just double click on this text and start typing. Like, if you press shift, of course you're gonna write on uppercase, but if you write like a normal, write something, and if you just want to make every letter uppercase, you just press this button, all caps, and now it is all the capital letters. You can make it bold, and you can make it italic, and else. So, but it's not, I don't advise to use these features except this one, because the letters can get distorted. And if you want to use bold fonts, you just go and use these ones like thin, and we can, of course, we can make it bolder, much more bolder, but you always need to use these ones like light, italic. But you can use it, of course, if you don't have any other versions of your fonts. For instance, if you have only one regular one, or for instance, if you make it bold and you want it much more bolder, you can use this one. But it's not right, just for you to know. Okay, and now we go back to the projects, and as you see, we have solids which we created here, and in the layers we have this text layer and this solid. And if you want to import something, you just, for instance, let's go here, double click to import. Let's go to the folder which you want. Let's select this one, and as you see, it's the image. You can drag it to our timeline, and as you see, our image appeared here. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller by clicking here, and if you want to scale it proportionally, you just press Shift button and it gets scaled proportionally. And as you see, the layer logic is the same with Photoshop. Which layer is on the top, you can see it on the top here. For instance, if you want to see the text over this robot image, you just drag this text and put it above the image layer, and now you see our text is over the image. So something like this. So I hope you like this first tutorial and you have some idea of how After Effects works, and we're gonna continue our After Effects lesson in next tutorial. Thanks.